What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Welcome back here today to another video on the second channel, and I do want to apologize for kind of not uploading, I believe, on Monday and Wednesday of this week. We did have a bad storm here in New York, and I lost power pretty much rest of Tuesday and then all of Wednesday after I uploaded on Tuesday. But today we are here reacting to Colin Cowherd's top 10 players in the NBA bubble. So I know this is going to be interesting, and I will be double uploading today. I don't know if you guys are seeing this first. If you are, I will be uploading a athletic mock draft reaction later today, but if you're seeing the second, you obviously saw that video earlier today. And honestly, without further ado, let's just get into this and see what Colin Cowherd has to say. He's going to say there's going to be one just kind of crazy ranking here, but let's get into it.
Who are the 10 best players right now in the bubble? Now, TJ Warren's scoring well. I don't consider him going forward a top 10 player in the bubble, but my 10 favorite players in the bubble, starting with number 10. Chris Paul, for years, people said was the most overrated player in the league. He's now officially the most underrated player in the NBA. The Thunder were the biggest surprise in the league. He is so old school, it hurts. The mid-range angle jumper, feisty, yells at players and teammates. He is total old school. But he's one of 3 players to average 20 points and 7 assists in the bubble and shoot over 50% from the field.
All right, we don't have to be throwing out bubble stats when it's been 4 games, because you can say TJ Warren is a top 5 scorer in the NBA. But I don't disagree with Chris Paul yet. But we will maybe disagree when we see if he left off certain players.
I think you can make an argument. He's a top 4, top 5 MVP candidate.
No.
You know, we always, he and Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan.
Well, I mean, maybe an argument for 5, but I don't think he tops Harden, Luka, LeBron, or Giannis. I don't think he would top Anthony Davis either. I think he would have a debate maybe up against Jason Tatum or Pascal Siakam or Russell Westbrook. I think those guys maybe have a case to make it over him at 5. Nikola Jokic, maybe not Embiid as much, but those guys definitely could be over Chris Paul. So I wouldn't say he's definitely 4, and with 80 in the mix, he's definitely not 5 either.
Jordan don't win more. This was the best team in the league in the last 3 weeks. Chris Paul has had an unbelievable season, and he's back at it in the bubble. Jason Tatum, I think, is going to be literally a top 10 player, top 7 player by next year. He had a lousy game in the bubble.
What? Top 7. So he's going to be, let's see, better than one of these guys. Steph, KD, LeBron, Giannis, Kawhi, 80, Harden. That's 7 guys right there. That he's better than one of those guys. Embiid, Jokic, Westbrook. I don't know. I feel like being top 7, that's going to be some high praise next year. Okay? Some high praise.
Against Milwaukee. Boston does not match up well with Milwaukee. They look too small. But he scored 30-plus in 10 of his last 16 games. He also had a monster game against Portland, led them to a win. And I think he's one of the few players in the league. He can put it on the deck. He can create his own shot. He can hit a 3. He can finish at the rim.
I mean, I was going to say Jason Tatum isn't the greatest inside scorer scoring at the rim, but I'm not going to argue on that. 9, okay, let's see who's in the top 8.
Luka Doncic.
Whoa, kind of low, maybe.
Player averaging a triple-double in the bubble. Here's Dallas's problem. The NBA has always been a baby step league. They just don't know how to finish.
Actually, no, maybe that is right. We'll see.
Games. They outplayed Houston for all but 3 minutes and lost. They don't know how to win yet. They're one of 4 winners.
Fair. They don't know how to close.
And they're between Porzingis and Luka, Trey Burke. They got all sorts of offense. But this league is about figuring how, with 4 minutes left, how we close it out. We're down 4, we're up 4. How do we close it out? They haven't figured out how to do it. But Luka, is remarkable. Russell Westbrook, I'm a critic of him.
Okay.
He's not taking a lot of things.
I didn't think he was going to be on here, so I'm glad Russ gets his credit here. I would say there's a debate, Luka over Russ, but I'm fine with Russ over Luka, so okay.
31 points in both bubble games. I thought he's been very good defensively. Listen, he can unravel. He can get unhinged. He's erratic. this has been great. He's played under control. He's played defense. Listen, he's not a good long-range shooter, and that's problematic because that's sort of what the league is now. But I think this has been the best Westbrook. A player I've always thought's better, slightly, Damian Lillard. 1 and 2 players.
I'm personally fine with Dame above Russ, personally. So, not going to make any arguments there. So, okay.
Averaging 25 and 10. He has the most assists in the bubble, the most points in the bubble. He is Westbrook, but a dead-eye long-range shooter. If you told me there's one guy in the bubble, one shot to win, that's it. He's the guy. His range, he and Steph Curry are the only players in the league. Unlimited range. Shoot it when you get past half court.
He does get very repetitive because, like, the last 3 videos I've seen him, or the last couple, he says that all the time.
I think he is so.
But he said he's basically Russell Westbrook but could shoot. But I would say Russ is a better passer. I would say Russ is a better defender. I would say Russ is maybe better in transition. I would say Damian Lillard is probably a better player. But let's not say he could do all the things Russ can do and better. So I don't know if that's what he was meaning at. I just want to clarify that.
Good in crucial spots. Nerves of steel, and I think he's a better player than Westbrook. I don't know if he's the athlete; he's not that far behind. But I think Damian Lillard is the go-to shooter in this bubble. Anthony Davis, most free.
80 at 5. Okay, now I'm kind of trying to see who's in the top 4: Harden, LeBron, Giannis, Kawhi. Okay, so that's probably his top 4.
I mean, listen, you watched last night. You can't stop him. Now, I don't love what.
So no Paul George. Okay.
I see late in games. He doesn't have a lot of dog in him. Damian Lillard's got dog in him, but he scored 90 points in the bubble. That's the most by any player. He really is. If he could hit a 3-point shot consistently, you can't really defend him. I mean, you can't. He's a harder guard than LeBron if he hits a 3. You can't defend him. I just don't trust him late. James Harden, I do trust late because he's been great in the bubble late. Second highest scoring average in the bubble. Most steals by any player in the bubble. Averaging the most 17 free throw attempts per game. Here's the thing about James Harden. His style's very ball-centric. 4 months off is the best thing that happened to James Harden. He looks fresh. That's why he's playing defense. He's fresh. I mean, he's got energy. I mean, he's been very good. So, James Harden is unbelievable. But I put Kawhi over him because I think Kawhi is, I
put Kawhi over him too.
He's 25 points a game, under 30 minutes. So his efficiency is scary. He's the ultimate team guy. He's got the highest plus-minus in the bubble. You can say what you want about load management. When he's on the floor, his intensity and his efficiency are scary, are like historically good. Got to give it to Giannis.
Okay, so he goes LeBron at 1. Honestly, at least he got the top 5 players right. Like, I thought I was going to see some Zion or just maybe a crazy name. Now, we can maybe disagree with some of the bottom ones. Let's just make sure LeBron number 1.
Most rebounds of any player in the bubble. Probably the best defensive player of any player in the bubble. 35 and 15 and 5 average in the bubble. He's just really good. And he's really developed into, there's a lot of things. Leadership, likability. I mean, listen, go ask Boston. Like, Boston can't defend him. Boston plays well against everybody in the East. Not Giannis. They just don't have any answer for him. That's why Chris Middleton plays so well. They double Giannis, and Middleton goes off against the Celtics. LeBron, what do you want me to say? Best leader in the bubble, smartest player in the bubble, most experience in the bubble, only guy averaging 19-9, 7 assists, a steal, and a block in the bubble.
It's such a small sample size and such a interesting stat line, but I just found that funny.
He controls the tempo in the bubble. What he's done, what LeBron's really done, it's really smart. He really lets the game come to him in the first 2 to 3 quarters, unless he has to take over because the Lakers are a mess. He really in the first quarter and a half really is about letting the game come to him, has a surge late in the first half, takes over the fourth quarter. That's what smart veteran players do. He remains the best player in the bubble. I said, if you had one shot, 9 seconds left in the bubble, Game 7, you'd take Damian Lillard. If I said one possession, I'd say LeBron.
All right, so this is pretty much over. But honestly, the top 5, I think he got like right. I would say I would have LeBron probably 1, Giannis 2. Just maybe we haven't seen Giannis like win it all. I'm guessing he's taking players overall or right now. Either way, he's probably talking about right now, and I would probably take LeBron's experience over Giannis to win the bubble. Just because what we've seen in the past. But I'm perfectly fine with pretty much the guy that's going to be 2-time MVP, back-to-back MVP at 2. Kawhi, finals straight, or he was the finals MVP, the reigning finals MVP at 3. Harden at 4, over AD at 5. Now, I think that one could spark a debate. I'm perfectly fine with the top 3, but I think that could spark some debate. I'm fine with Harden at 4 and AD at 5. I don't think it's really that much to get really angry about. They both belong in the top 5. Lillard at 6, I can get behind. Russ at 7. Glad he got some recognition by Colin. Luka at 8. I would say you could maybe have a debate Luka over Russ, but it's one spot. Like, you shouldn't get mad over one spot. Tatum at 9 might be a little high, and same with Chris Paul. The only reasoning is because there were some pretty good players left off this list, like Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, even Ben Simmons, Pascal Siakam, but I think I can get behind Tatum at 9. Maybe Jokic or Embiid or Siakam belong at 10 over Chris Paul. I wouldn't say Donovan Mitchell really deserves it that much over Chris Paul, but I would say Jokic, Embiid, or maybe Ben Simmons and Siakam could deserve some more recognition. I would say Embiid and Jokic probably over Tatum. That's just my opinion. But I think Tatum could be 10, but in a perfect world, I think Embiid and Jokic probably make this list at 9 and 10, and then you kick Tatum and Chris Paul off. But it's not the end of the world. Honestly, this list wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, especially in the top 5. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But yeah, that is going to be for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, let me know what you guys thought in the comments below, or just other stuff you want me to react to. Thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.